Welcome to our first episode of Pastor to Parent. This is something new that I feel the Lord calling me to do. It's an opportunity to empower parents to raise kids who are following Jesus and not the culture. Today I want to start off and talk about the mini-me principle. As parents, I hope we understand that our children are listening, our children are watching, and our children are learning to be like us. Jesus demonstrated this truth. It's found in the Gospel of John chapter 5, beginning in verse 19. Jesus gave them this answer. He said, I tell you the truth, the Son can do nothing by himself. He can only do what he sees his Father doing, because whatever the Father does, the Son also does. For the Father loves the Son and shows him all he does. See, the relationship between the Heavenly Father and the Son, between God, between the Father and Jesus, it's a perfect model of the parent-child relationship in our lives, in our families. Notice God created children with a desire and a predisposition to be like dad, to be like mom. They want to be like us. They want to mimic us. They're going to copy us and they're going to follow us. Again, it's demonstrated by Jesus. It's found actually in Hebrews chapter 1, verse 3. Where it says, the Son is the radiance of God's glory and the exact representation of his being. That's kind of the way it is with our kids. They're going to reflect us. They're going to represent who we are. They're going to become mini-me's of us. In fact, in many ways, I became who my earthly father was when he was raising me. The good, the bad, the ugly, mostly good, Dad, mostly good. Look, I learned from my dad's sound financial management. I learned responsibility, how to fix things. I gained a love for music. Even the desire to plant a church really came from my dad. But I also picked up some other stuff, like a pattern of anger. That pattern was passed down from his dad to him and then to me. See, notice this mini-me principle demonstrates that in many ways we're passing down to our children generational blessings or generational curses. Now hear me out on this. In other words, we're passing down our ways of thinking. We're passing down our ways of living, our ways of responding, our ways of spending time, our way of relating to one another, and we're passing down our way of relating to God. Parents, we have a big role and a big calling to show our children. I said to show, not just tell them, but to show our children how to live life God's way. Paul illustrated this when he wrote to the church in Corinth, and he said, follow me as I follow Christ. Follow my example as I follow Jesus. In other words, Paul is telling the church, be a mini-me of me because I'm a mini-me of Jesus. See, there's nothing that turns kids away from the Lord more than to have a parent who just preaches religion at them, but doesn't truly show them how to walk with God. I'm convinced that the greatest thing that we can do as parents, the greatest way that we can help our parents live for Jesus is for us ourselves to live for Jesus, not hidden, but right in front of them. Show them what it looks like to passionately go after God, how to desire him with everything that's in us, that he would be, Jesus would be our deep desire, that Jesus would be what we long for day in and day out. Our calling is to be a mini-me of Jesus because our kids are going to be a mini-me of us. We have a legacy to leave. And that legacy, I'm not talking about leaving a legacy of perfection. I'm talking about leaving a legacy of humble faith that relates God to every aspect of our lives.